What's up, guys? Thanks so much for stopping by the channel today. My name's Timothy, and today I'm coming at you with a little update on the phones that I'm using right now and why I switched from Android to Apple once again. So if you're excited about today's episode, smash that like button and let's get into the video. On this channel, I feature tech tools and tutorials to help you guys get the best content for your YouTube channel and production. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. On the first few videos that I posted on YouTube back in September, I was talking about my new Android phones. Now, a little history. I have been using iPhones since the iPhone 4S first came to Sprint. We've always been on Sprint. And so when the iPhone first became available there after its long contract with AT&T, I jumped at the chance to finally have an iPhone. And since that moment, I've always been an Apple user. I've had MacBook Pros, I've had MacBooks, I've had iPads, iPhones, iWatch, everything that you can think of. I am fully in on the Apple ecosystem. Now, that's not because I am an Apple fanboy, even though I am. I'm also a tech guru, and so I have a gaming PC and I've had Androids, and I'm very, very familiar with tinkering and doing all kinds of tech related things. And so it's not because I just like the simplest thing. I use my MacBook Pro for professional reasons. I edit in Final Cut Pro, and so that is a main reason why I rock my MacBook Pro very proudly, because it is a beast of a tool for me. But I also have a gaming PC because I recognize that Macs don't excel at everything. So in the fall, my family switched from Sprint to T-Mobile, and what we ended up doing was getting on a plan that allowed me to upgrade 3 times a year on my phone. And so I took advantage of that to try out some new phones. I immediately went to the Galaxy Note 7 because it looked fantastic, and I have to say I was more impressed with that phone than I was with the iPhone 7 release. And so I left the iPhone 6s Plus that I had and went to the Note 7. It was a fantastic phone, but then, as all of you know, it went downhill very quickly when it started to explode. I went through the first level of replacements. I got a second one before they ceased making the phone altogether and recalled all of them. So I went from that phone to a LG V20. I really liked the feel of that phone, not as much as the Note 7, but it was a pretty good experience. Unfortunately, I think I had one of the very first ones that were released, and so it had some bugs on it and it had a lot of lag. Since I put my video review up of the LG V20, a lot of people said that that must have been just a weird phone because they haven't had any lag at all on theirs, which is great. I'm sure it is as a fine phone, but for me, it was lagging like crazy, and the cell strength in my area of coverage was really, really low, and I got worse service with the LG V20 than I did with the Samsung phones. So I turned my LG V20 back in for the S7 Edge, and I had been rocking that for a few months. I really enjoyed the S7 Edge. It was a good experience. It still wasn't as good as the Note 7 that I had before, even though it is pretty much the same, identically speaking, and in specs, it's really rocking the same phone with an S Pen for the Note 7, but I actually experienced more lag and more things on the phone that I wasn't super pleased with. And in the end of December, we decided to switch back to Sprint because T-Mobile just didn't have the coverage in our area that we wanted. I loved the experience at T-Mobile. The customer service was fantastic, but we needed to get better coverage. And so we switched back to Sprint, and I had the opportunity to change phones again. And knowing that the Note 8 was out there, or the S8, is very tempting, and I do think that it's going to be a fantastic phone. The iPhone 7 was an option for me, and so I went back to it, and I'm currently rocking the iPhone 7 Plus, and I don't have any regrets. This phone is simply amazing. I'm loving being back on iOS. It just really syncs up really well with all of the ecosystem that I have. I even went with the Gear S3 watch from Samsung when I had Samsung phones. I have returned to that, and I'm waiting on my Apple Watch to arrive again since I sold my other one. I'm going full in on Apple once again. The cool thing though is I actually learned some really neat things about Android, and it's come a long way since I last used it back before my iPhone 4. I was using Android phones and I did not have good experiences on them. But what this allowed me to see was that Android has come a long way in the past few years, and it really becomes very, very similar to the iOS interface and the simplicity of it. And I really loved being able to customize so many different things, rocking different launchers, really tweaking how things looked, the appearance, the performance. I loved all those features of Android, and trying to get, as stock as possible on those was sort of a fun game tweaking for me. And so I did enjoy my experience with Android, and I do have a greater respect for it. This is not a argument as to which is better. I think both are fantastic platforms. I think the Pixel looks fabulous. I would love to try one of those out one day. I think Google has done a really great job at making a device that features its operating system. And I think that iterations of that in the future are going to become closer and closer to what Apple offers with their iOS, obviously with the Android spin on things. I am holding on to iOS 10.1.1 on this. I haven't upgraded yet because I'm hoping to jailbreak. I've jailbroken in the past, and I absolutely love that because there's that tweaker geek inside of me that loves to mess with settings and get in there and just figure out new stuff, and I just like that. And so I am waiting for a stable release of a jailbreak, and I will definitely cover how to do that here on the channel once a stable release has been given to us. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I wanted to give you guys an update. A lot of people asked me, if you're watching the drone series, how the S7 Edge worked with the DJI Mavic Pro. It worked fantastic. I never had a problem with it. I know some people did. In my case, not once did I ever have a problem with the S7 Edge and the DJI Go app. But now I am going to the iPhone 7 Plus. The camera on this thing has been absolutely stunning, and not having to worry about water in it at all. That's been really cool. I do really miss the headphone jack. I hope that comes back at some point. I don't have Bluetooth headphones, so I'm just rocking the dongle life again. Hopefully we'll get a headphone port again. I don't really know, but it's okay. We're working with it. Just a quick heads up. I think this is a super powerful phone, and I wanted to give you guys an update on the phone that I'm using right now and the reasons why I went back to Apple. I've been a longtime fan of Apple, and it just works for me. It just really, really works. I know it doesn't work for everybody, and that's fine. I'm not hating on Android users, and if anything, I hope you do take away that I have a greater respect for the Android community now. After using them for several months, I do really miss some of the things about Android, and I hope to go and try it again another day. Maybe when the S8 comes around, I'll be able to review that. I'm not really sure, but I would love to have a chance at maybe having both systems running at once at some point, but we'll see. Anyway, for now, I'm rocking the iPhone 7 Plus. Super, super happy with this phone. Got a Tech 21 case on it that I love, and the Invisible Shield screen protector that is just fantastic in clarity and feel. I've always used the Zag products, and I'm super pleased with them. I'm going to leave links in the description below for the phone, for the case, for the screen protector, everything that I have right now for my phone. I hope that it's been informative to you guys. Just wanted to share again what phone I'm rocking right now. And I do really like the video features on this. I'm going to cover that really soon because this really has some incredible potential to just be a stable camera for you guys. I'm going to be using it as an overhead camera for some of my unboxing videos and that kind of stuff, and so the quality on this thing is just phenomenal. You definitely want to take advantage of that if you've got this phone. It can also serve as a great vlogging camera, so you've got a lot of different options right here in your pocket. So I just wanted to give you an update today, guys. I hope it's been helpful or informative or at least entertaining a little bit. So if it has been, smash that like button, guys. Again, I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next video.